I want to ask you guys this. What the hell is the AFC North? Do we have an understanding as to what the AFC North is yet, or are we still trying to figure that out this long into the season?
I think it's good. I just don't know if it's great. I mean, everyone's got a winning record.
They do.
It's a tight race, a lot of parity. Maybe Cincinnati's going to win it. I don't know. They're at the top right now. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how to describe this conference right now.
Because Baltimore and Cincinnati play next week,
Right.
And so LeVar, you'd made the point, like maybe rest Lamar Jackson for the Green Bay game if you feel like the Cincy game's going to be more impactful.
He was
which
still
it is.
limping around too.
Yeah, and that's going to be a massive game for the future of both teams when it comes to this year. But I don't know that anybody had Cincinnati being in first place in the AFC North this many weeks into the season.
Some people actually did. I will say this. Some people actually felt like Cincinnati could be a competitive team. Now, if you were to ask the majority, I think the majority of people would have either said Baltimore or Cleveland, and you could interchange them, Cleveland or Baltimore. And now it's like Cleveland is real sneaky right now. They real sneaky because they might mess around and win the AFC North in the end.
And they did get a break, especially if Baker does get cleared for this game. If they would have had to play on Saturday, they would have had to play with probably Nick Mullins. So if they end up making a run or make the postseason, it could have been because the game being pushed back a couple of days.
I think they're sneaky, And Baltimore, they're kind of what we think they are. They're not as consistent as you'd like for them to be. They can woo you and wow you at times, and they can let you down at times. That's who they are. And I think the Bengals, we're just learning who they are. We're getting an idea that they can be competitive, and I don't know that was the overwhelming consensus for certain, but it was a conversation. So, yeah, and then the Steelers are the Steelers right now. They find ways to win.
Steelers.
Yeah. They find ways to win, but they're not what they were. I don't think anybody really has them as a contending team in the North this year, which is weird because they might sneak up.
I'll put it this way. Whoever wins the division of the four teams, which would you not want to see in the playoffs?
Baltimore.
I would say Cincinnati.
I think it's Cincinnati.
Yeah.
I think that's how I feel about their passing game, Joe Mixon if he comes back healthy, and the way the defense has improved. I might say Cincinnati right now.
I'm not sold on Cincinnati. I would actually go Cleveland before I go Cincinnati.
I would say not Baltimore because Baltimore just feels like they're holding on. They're just trying to survive at this point, and it feels like everything's caught up to them. Lamar looks banged up, and you mentioned it, LeVar. How about that little work in Lamar and LeVar there?
Yeah,
broadcast professional.
There you go.
You mentioned it. He seemed like he was hobbling around a little bit yesterday, so he looked like he's banged up. Even if he does come back next week, he's probably not going to be anywhere close to 100%. They just feel like they're holding on. I mean, look, when your coach is going for two twice because he doesn't think he's got enough healthy people to win a game in overtime, that ought to tell you everything you need to know about where this team's at.
Right.
I think they're in trouble.
Let me give you this question. If Cleveland loses tonight, are they out of it? And here's why I asked this question. They'd be 7-7, and then this is the rest of their season. At Green Bay, at Pittsburgh, versus Cincinnati at home. So you might say, well, yeah, they play two divisional games. They have their chance to get back into this. But I don't think they beat Green Bay in Green Bay. And I don't know that they're that much better or different than the Steelers. And then you've got Cincinnati playing in their house. And I look at that matchup early in the season. Like, I know they drummed them in Cincinnati. Bengals are playing some really good football right now.
They'll be 8-9. Cleveland will finish 8-9. If they lose this game tonight, they'll finish 8-9. And based on all the hype that we heard about them coming into the season, if Cleveland finishes below 500 this year, that's a disappointing season. Sorry,
I just don't think. I don't know. I got question marks on Cincy. I do. I really do. I think if they're the team that comes out of the North, and I mean, you would assume there's going to be a wild card from the North as well. I would be more willing.
I don't know.
You don't think?
Because
they all play each other.
Indy and Tennessee are still battling. One of those teams is going to be a wild card. The Chargers are the 6th seed, and Buffalo's the 7th seed. And Buffalo's got a pretty easy schedule down the stretch.
I think Baltimore gets the wild card. That's what I think.
They're out right now.
I think they get in.
They're the 8th seed right now.
I think they get in.
So
I
they
think
win the
Baltimore
division,
gets no. I don't think they win the division. I think they get in as a wild card.
I think Baltimore's in it. I think they've got a problem because look, Lamar Jackson's not 100%. They're at Cincy. They've got the Rams and they got the Steelers to finish the season.
I think they can. That's manageable. It's hard, but it's manageable.
Well, look, can I make a? You ready for a hot take? You guys ready for this?
Sure.
Little hot take here. We're just mixing and matching
Let's
here,
get
right?
one.
So you gotta let this breathe a little bit, and then you lay it with people right here. All right, ready for this? Here we go. Yesterday was the final win of Ben Roethlisberger's career.
Oh wow!
Done deal. That's a wrap.
Oh wow!
The Steelers are going to be at the Chiefs. That's a loss. They're going to play the Browns at home. Cleveland's going to win that game. And then they're at the Ravens, final week of the season. Baltimore's going to win that game. Yesterday was the final win of Ben Roethlisberger's career.
Yeah, I'm not going to take that bet.
Yeah. But
That's because you're a Steelers.
yeah, how's that feel?
You know?
How's that feel on Carson Street?
I'm not going to take that bet.
You hear me on Carson Street over at Fatheads, Mario's? You hear that?
Yeah,
All the
I'm not going to take that bet.
Mullins over by the river, huh? How about that? How's that?
I got to
feel?
be honest. I got no clue what's going to happen in this division. Like if someone asked you to handicap or bet, I have no clue. I am fascinated to see.
That's the best response.
How the well, but that's the truth, and I cannot. But I can't wait.
I agree.
Because the last 2 weeks, weeks 17 and 18 now, will ultimately determine what's going to happen in this division. But I am on Jonas's page on this. I don't think they're going to get a wild card team in. And it's only because the schedule that all the teams play out of their division and the fact that they're going to have to beat each other up. So I don't know that you're going to get anyone who's over 10 wins. You're probably going to get a division winner that has 10 wins. And then I don't know that you're going to get anyone else who has more than 9 after that.
The division might be decided this week with Baltimore and Cincy. Like that might end up being the game that we look to and says that's the team that's going to win.
But those are the type of
division.
games that kind of mess things up. Like I think Baltimore will win a game like this, and they will put themselves in position to either A, win the division, or B, become a wild card. That's what I think. I think Cincy. I think if I'm looking at it right now, Cincy and Baltimore are going to make it in. That's what I think.
Yeah.
Even though Baltimore is out by the numbers today, I think that they will make it in. That's what I think. Now I really, if I had to say that Cincinnati's going to win the AFC North today, I would say I don't believe that. I don't believe it's going to happen. And if they don't win it, are they in position to get a wild card? I think they are. I think they will be in position to get a wild card unless somebody just slips over the next couple of weeks.
It's going to be a lot of fun, man. A lot of this stuff's going to get sorted out over the Christmas weekend, and then we start looking ahead to the future.
Here's what I love, though, is Jonas likes Cincy. I think LeVar, you like Baltimore or Pittsburgh?
To win it?
Yeah.
If I had to go with who's going to win the division today, I want to say it's going to be Baltimore.
Okay.
I want to say it's going to be Baltimore.
And I'll take my Brownies. It's more out of heart than it is anything else.
All right.
I don't know if it's my head because I don't even know who's going to start tonight. But if it's Baker, I think they win. If it's Mullins, I don't know. Even though he has played well versus like that cover 3 scheme that Gus Bradley plays with the Raiders. He played really well versus the Seahawks a couple years ago when he started. But this is such a different circumstance, so I don't know, man.
The one thing I would say that would give Mullins a chance is because he's going against that cover 3.
Oh, jeez.
I'm just
Here
in breaking it down, like you putting this stuff together over the weekend.
Can you imagine? Like, I would love to be a fly on the wall for any time Jonas actually tries to sit down and watch a game.
What do you mean?
To see what he's looking at. Because I don't think he looks at the field all that often. I think he's.
Do you know what a cover 3 is?
Yeah.
Do you really?
Yeah, of course I know what a
does.
cover 3 is.
Yeah.
Man.
What do the linebackers do?
Oh, listen, man, I'm not here to teach you the game. Man.
Oh, okay.
Like, I'm here to I'm here to try
What
and get us
do
into
the
that
safeties
breaks.
do in a cover?
Listen, I mean, hopefully,
is it 1 or 2?
Hopefully play well. That's hopefully what they do.
Hopefully play well.
Yeah, that's hopefully what they do.
That's about right. That's about right.
Is that a spill or a forced defense?
Well, yeah, I don't want to talk about it yet.
Okay.
There's a lot of people that pay money for that, and for my analytics and things like that. We'll
curious.
Have that conversation another time.
I was really curious because I'm not sure.
It's two pros and a cup of Joe here at Fox Sports
He's
Radio.
amazing.